Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dave Sebastian. Sorry about the noise, that's the compressor kicking on. I am the coordinator of Mentoring Arts Programming with Wayside. I am back with you once again so that we can do some artwork together. Today we're going to take a little break from our ongoing vinyl toy project. Thank you, compressor, for stopping. And we're going to jump over and just do a little bit of something different. I've started to work with Angelus leather paints, and I've gotten a pretty good amount of them. I don't know if you guys can see it, but over here is my 2 shelves of Angelus paint. And here is what Angelus paint looks like. This is their collector's edition Volt. Kind of a fun color. And that's what we're going to work with today. I feel like the last piece has been taking a little bit too long, you know? And I feel like maybe folks... Hold on one sec, guys. Hey, stupid camera moves. Earthquakes in my place or something. All right, there we go. Yeah, so I feel like the last one took a little bit too long. So if you guys are interested in long projects, let me know. I guess it seems like most folks, excuse me, do their longer real-time live streams on Patreon and then do time lapses here and stuff. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. I figure I'll stick with this up until 230 videos, and then we'll try some new stuff. I'm also trying some new edited stuff, so it'll be time-lapsey and a little bit quicker. In any case, you can always watch it on 4 times speed. I'm also putting out some time-lapse, like I said. So today we're going to work on a kind of a famous image that I think it was Big Daddy Roth who kind of came up with this image. If I could find it, I'll show it to you guys. I won't be able to find it. Perfect. Anyway, you'll have to see it as we go. Actually, do I have it over here? One sec, guys. Let's see if we can do this. Launch switcher cast. Launch. Perfect. All right, let me see if I can show this to you guys. Oh no. All right, here is the image we're going to try to create today. I'm going to do the layout and the background color with the airbrush. I've tried to do this project already once. This is my second shot at it. I'm going to see if it works out. I don't know. I can't tell you that I'm really confident. But I think it's going to probably be okay. Maybe. Anyway. It's not funny. All right, man. So that is what we're gonna do. And the first thing that I did was I grabbed some leather remnants that I had laying around. Whoops. Whoa, more stuff in the way. So I had some leather remnants that I had laying around. So I took a piece of illustration board. This is Canson plein air illustration board. And I Mod Podged a piece of the leather jacket. I found a leather jacket that was beyond saving at a flea market. Excuse me. And I've had it for a couple of years trying to figure out the best thing to do. I've been kind of waiting to get the right paint and that kind of stuff. So today we're going to start trying to do some paintings on leather, because I've already been painting leathers And that's actually been going really well. Like we did this one. This was the back of a big leather jacket. I think it came out awesome. We did the whole front and stuff also. A great fun project. So I want to get back to that. And I'm working on a second jacket now, which is the Dark Tower. Excuse me. So that's the deal. I got a hold of this frame from my friend on Etsy, who I am ashamed to say I can't remember his name. Let me get it. His name is Todd Tabor, and he is from Dry Run Woods, which is on Etsy. This guy is awesome. He's been making all my frames. He's probably made, let me look around, looks like about 17 of my frames so far, and I still have a significant amount ready to go. And this particular frame was not a mistake. I think I made a mistake telling him that I needed an 8.5 by 11 frame when I really need an 8 by 10. So this is 8.5 by 11 sheet of leather that we're going to work on, and this is the frame. So it totally works out perfectly. I'm going to take this out of the frame, and we're going to do some frame work, you know, when we get over there. But we're not quite ready for that yet. Let me just throw this machine open too. Hey, here comes trouble. My kids is coming. Hopefully they don't find me in here. I'm hiding out. Oh, it's very funny. Johnny. All my kids are coming up. All right, so what we're going to do right now, right, is we have to get a little bit of our room going. Just want to throw a plug in here before I forget to. I'll leave that until they show up. I think I'm in pretty good shape. All right, so the next thing that I like to do is to tape my, pretty much any of the surfaces that I work on, I try to tape down so that I have, so I know it's going to stay there. You know what I mean? Back some things off here a little. Things that I need and the things that I don't need. All right. Oh, yeah, this guy's thing is dancing around. All right. Today's project, I could probably get away with not wearing gloves. But I always find that as soon as I think that, that's when everything gets screwed up. You know? Ow. You don't have to tape this thing down like until the end of the world or anything. You know, you just get it so that it doesn't move while you're trying to work on it. Like my cutting board did. All right. Sorry, guys. I figured we could. Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
It's switch on my pad up here.
The switch, I think, is there, right? And the pad is right here.
Thanks. How much
It was making a lot of noise, but I think it's at 67. So.
It was making noise because I got a lot of YouTube notifications.
That's because you're very popular.
Okay. Is that yours?
Yeah. You want to come over and say hello?
Hi.
Hey,
The
it's the
Mackey is
Mac.
back.
Yay! How was school, buddy?
Good. Molly's gonna play Fortnite with me.
Hey, cool. Supposed to do chores today.
But I don't want to.
Yeah,
Because- What is
I
it?
know.
No, your stuff got on the switch.
It's my beard. It's weird stuff, man.
I changed it to black.
Cool. Wow, man, like my cameras are moving. People is jumping around. Weird. There we go. Jeez. All right, we're gonna just assume that's the best we can do. Oh, it's so silly. There we go. Well, anyway. Oh my gosh. All right. Cool. So the first thing that I wanted to do is I made a frisket stencil so that we can isolate all the rest of the leather from our project, right? So that we don't get it everywhere. Hi, Ma.
I need a charger.
Uh,
It's a cord.
here's one. I don't think that.
Hello.
Hey, look, it's Ma. Yay.
Bye.
That's cool.
Good. Oh God.
Careful. Are you okay? All right, we just got just a little touch cut here that the cutter missed. There we go. Check this side one. Okay. Okay. Oh no, that tape. That's up our trim here. Maybe not of the frisket. Let's just try it. Here's one of the least fun parts is putting in a brisket. Is having to start, to peel the tape from in between the two pieces with gloves on. It's fun times. It's fun times. It actually is really fun times. Oh, yeah. All right, so we got this cool big piece here, which we could save because this will cover our whole graphic if we wanted to paint the background. Everything but it. All right. So we're gonna try to get this frisket on here. As centered as possible. Cool thing that I am using to, actually, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to do this. I've been using a white Inktense watercolor colored pencil. I mean ink tents. If you draw with the ink tents, nothing. If you just draw with it, nothing seems to happen. But if you touch it after getting it wet, it stays. You know. Hopefully not too much. So we're just going to try to center this guy up. This artwork here is 8.5 by 11. So this about a 1/2 inch on that side. Half inch. Half inch. Oh, just under a 1/2 inch. And that's a 1/2 there. I think that the space here is not, I mean, the shape of my leather is not perfect at all. There's a couple of these older pieces. Just to get it where we want it. So I can make some marks. Alright, now I want to check this way. Here we got just a little over 1.5. Here it's 2, so we gotta go up a little. Here it's 2. At least it's actually pretty well squared on the surface here. But since we got 1.5 down here and 2 up there, we gotta split the difference. So 1.5 inch up there, so we have something like, if I have 1 3/4, maybe it'll be 1 3/4 up here. Right, so if we go 1, actually about where it is right now, 1 3/4. Go up just a little. Two and a half. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set this guy up. Try to keep that guy right there so that we can adjust our side to side line. Now we got 1/2. 1/2. 2, 2. All right, that's where we want it. go. We can take this up, as we can see exactly where we need it to go. I was saying one of the hardest parts of this job is peeling the frisket, but it's because I forgot there's like a trick to peeling the frisket, which is you just make kind of like a relief cut, you know, like just across the frisket itself, but not through, so that you can take the top off. Because of course what we need from this guy is the inside. This should be real close to impossible. My friend was saying that there's like a trick to it, which is that you kind of leave it stuck on its paper until you're basically all set to do it. Sorry about my head, you guys. Try to be as quick as I can. Okay. That's probably the first time I ever got that down on the first try. So that was great. Yay. All right. Now we got these pieces of old paper laying around that we can use as our little masking square here. Oh, geez. Forgot a step. Well, hopefully we'll still be able to do it. All right. One of the things you want to do before you get too far into it is you want to use this easy leather cleaner. It makes it look real nice. You don't have to go crazy, you know, you just rub a little of this cleaner on there and it takes off some of the oils and stuff that are gotten into the leather in the million years or so since this leather was made. Processed, actually, since it's really made on the back of a cow, right? Or a steer, or can't really remember what it is. Seems like if you get a little foaming, that's how you get the, oh geez, that's how you get the better cleaning. So we let that dry for a sec. First color we're going to use is yellow. This Angelus paint has its own kind of personality, I guess you could say. Oh man, whoops. So lately, because of this sort of personality that that the Angelus paints have, I've been using pipettes and tattoo cups to mix my paint. So these are pipettes, you know, for picking up liquids, and then these are tattoo caps. I found just it was a fun, you know, way to do it, because I have to mix the paint pretty much into something anyway, because you don't want to mix it in the airbrush in this particular context, because I've been noticing that it's too thick and its viscosity is having some issues. I have the mixing material that they recommend, which is this, which is called Too Thin. Good stuff. Unfortunately, I put the wrong cover on it, the black cover, and shook it before I noticed. So now it has a tint. Maybe that has some personality, I'm not sure. But what I've been using instead is airbrush medium, and that seems to be working just fine. Color we're going to start with is called Volt. It's pretty cool. Let's see if I have another black in here. Yep. All right. So this particular piece takes 3 colors: yellow, green, and black. I'm just gonna find a good green. Grinch green? How does that sound? Grinch green sounds pretty good to me. Oh, here's one that's just called green. Emerald 5. All right. Cool. So, like I said, this material is Volt. Give it a real good shake. Feels like I got really into it there. Now we use our pipette. This area is going to be red, and we're probably going to do it maybe 2 coats. We don't have to go crazy. That's 15 drops right there. And we'll go with another 3. All right, so that'll be 15 drops. We have another one under here. This is the bottom of a solo cup. Good place to keep pipettes and, you know, that kind of stuff. Always make sure you put the covers on your paint more or less immediately, because if you're like me, you will be forgetting, and then you'll be making a huge mess. So this thing is not the best dropper bottle, but I like to mix, you know, kind of a pretty significant mix. What we're looking for here is the consistency of milk, and this ain't it. This is still a little thick. So we're going to have to add a little bit more airbrush. This is called airbrush fluid or airbrush medium. Golden makes it. It's basically like an all-in-one water-based additive. And it does the job. Been trying to upgrade to some like more chemical processed kind of stuff. And I got a hold of some water-based 4030 from Createx and some 4011, and these are reducer and intercoat or volumizer additive. These guys have been working great. You know, it's a really cool thing. All right, so now that we got our milk consistency, is that really milk? Would you pour that in your cereal? Maybe one more drop. All right, there we go. All right, let's try that one. Using the Iwata HPCS Eclipse. This one is the Black Ops powder coated one from the guys at Coast Airbrush, where I get all of my gear. And they're a super great bunch of guys. All right, so we're going to go ahead and try to do some painting here and see how that goes. Oops. Back up a little bit. There we go. Do this. All right. So anytime you're using Frisket or honestly any stencil really, you want to make sure everything is pushed down where you're working, or really as much everywhere as possible. I feel like I could throw one more piece of tape over here. Otherwise, you can give yourself a an overspray line. Can't tell you how many times I've done that. It's not brilliant. Oh, it's not smart, but I've done it a lot. Okay. So obviously I don't expect to get like a nice clean yellow. We're just trying to get our first coat on here. Which I figured since we didn't mix a lot of yellow, we would just go until we ran out, which is right now. See if we got any more of our original mix in there. Like a drop, literally. Alright. So now we go back to our Volt. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that I'm not a total sucker for names of paint. You know, Tim Gore's got a set of paint that's all named like horror movie things, like coagulated crimson, expired blue, you know, that kind of stuff. And I have the whole set twice. And I paint more with that stuff than anything else, probably airbrush paint wise. I should probably do this. This is a good idea. All right. There we go. Now we can move this guy back on the desk a little with his friend the cleaner. All right. We got our mixing tools. I guess we could put our cleaner rag back there too. So now we just give this a little bit of a chance to dry. Head it up a little. Alright, so we got our paint mixed up here. Oh, we got our two products mixed together. Now we just mix them up. Like I said, I'm using some tiny little airbrush cups. Believe it or not, these are the extra large size. Now we just check for milk consistency. Maybe a drop more. I'm doing this to kind of save paint. I'm forever, either under mixing how much paint I need or over mixing, and then I can't remember which paint I used on a given part of the artwork. So then, I'm wicked colorblind. So then, if you're continually working on trying to figure out what color something is, then you're not getting something done. Although I do think that sometimes it makes the work better because you're kind of different colors are kind of showing up as opposed to you choosing, ahead of time. I know a lot of artists sit down and say, these are the colors I'm going to use for this project, but I'm way more a stream of consciousness kind of artist. Which is the ultra professional way of saying, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and I'm kind of like making it up as I go. But, I feel like that's kind of art, man. Like you're making it up. One of the great things about it is that, nobody can tell you how to do it right or how to do it wrong. It just is, right? And my painting teacher used to say, if it's done, it's done. Know what I mean? Oh. Put those underneath my hand. Finally starting to look like some yellow. That is running out of paint again. Got a little bit in here, but not much. Anything in the tube? Nope. All right. Looks pretty good. Let's see if we have enough this time. Be careful, I get junk all over your hands, even though, like I said, this is layout, but still important, you know. That would be out of paint again. Give it a sec to dry anyway. You know, you don't want to overwhelm your paint. You got to make sure you give it a chance to dry a little, because otherwise you're just going to be blowing water around. While we have a sec, let me tell you a little bit about my programs. It looks like we'll probably be coming back to in-person programming pretty soon, which I'm really excited about. I will be running open studio programs at Tempo Young Adult Resource Center in Framingham on Wednesdays and Fridays from 10:30 to 3. This is open to anyone that's within the ages of Tempo, which is 16 to 26. It's no charge or anything like that. And the intention is to allow young adults to create whatever they're interested in creating in the space there, and to be a part of the social aspect of our creation and the creative expression. We've had a great time. You know, we work with a lot of really fun kids over there. If anyone is ever interested, you could email me through here. Or through my Facebook page, which is Greenhouse Graphics, and let me know if you're interested in coming to check it out. These programs will still continue, and I will continue doing this work every day as much as I possibly can. All right. So let's take a look at our piece and see if it's dried up yet or if it's, still kind of wet. All right. Is it looking yellow to you guys? It's extremely green to me. All right, so there's 20 drops in there. And we're going to use drops of this guy. There we go. Okay. Might have to break down and buy some little bigger cups. Well, of course, I think right now I have somewhere in the 12,000 range. When you buy in something small in plastic, they hit you with, how about you use every, you don't, how about you use 5 million of those? Cost us about the same to make one as 12 million. All right. Okay. That's about where we want to be in our yellow game, which is perfect timing since we just ran out of yellow again. So then I just throw a little water in there, which is somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Really don't even have to do that step, you know, because as long as you don't shake it, one color, the colors will tend to not hang out together. All right. So we're kind of done with that yellow for right now. Put it over there next to its brother. Still got our reducer here. All right. So I'm doing this because the first thing I want to use this stencil for is to spray its skin green. This spot here will give us that to work on. And then we can switch over to black for these letters. And then red for our next piece. Go. So now we got our Grinch green that we're going to try out, which I don't know about because it does look a little on the light side. Let me get the other one that was just called green. Oh. Whoa. Huh. This one has like a brush in it. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. Okay. Just want to see what this looks like. What? Like damn yellow. Like I said, more than a little colorblind, though. So I don't know. Gonna put a little of this one in. Okay. This guy in here, probably going to darken up a little because we still have some of that other color in there. Whoops. Be careful not to drip anywhere. I don't know how the heck that happened. Must have been off the side of this. That's dumb. Alright, gonna give that a second to dry. Whoa. How you guys holding up? Cooking along, you know, we've been at it for an hour now. We're doing pretty good. I'd like to say we're halfway, but I don't know where we are. I don't know where I am. Mostly 90% of the time. Let's try and decide if we should make a black stencil or not. Why don't we jump over here for a sec and we'll see what we can figure out. All right. Let's take a look. This is the... Yeah. All right, so... Whoop. This is a magic wand tool. You should select everything that's black. So all we're doing here is just setting up another stencil. So this will be our last stencil. So then we want to cut that. Oh, can't do that. Yeah, unlock this. So we can say cut, undo. We missed a few. Do think I've done this already, but I also think it didn't really come out. So we're going to just have to jump through here one time real quick and see if we can figure out exactly what we need. Grab a new layer. Unfortunately, we'll go back here and say cut. Always takes a few tries to get everybody. I always blame Photoshop for that. Like, how could it not know how to pick that? Like, it's picking everything else, dude. Paste in place. So we can dump that. And just take a look at this. So now if it cut out these shapes right now, what would it give us? Well, the very first thing that we would have as a problem would be the interior of our text. Let's take a look here at the text I have over here. Only the bottom. Hold on just one sec. Let's turn this guy back on. Just take a look at it. Go back in here. CW. Cut that. Alright, so this one I think we will. I don't know if we're going to use it or not. Well, if we cut that out, that would give us something to work with, right? So for this one,
Right here.
whoa. Alright. Call this one our, we'll call it stroke. Which is an outline around anything, is stroke. Alright. Now we can turn that guy off. Step back into this guy. And we want our B tool again, a little bit closer. Look at this. That's funny. Alright, so the first thing we need is to make our paintbrush a little smaller. Let's say 5. And we want to got to think about some stuff. Like if it cut this shape right here out his eyeball, that whole thing would fall right out. So we want to give it some stuff to hold on to. So same deal with this. If this entire thing of his hair is cut out, it'll just drop away. Right, so using the eraser, we're going to have to build some bridges in a non-partisan kind of way. Alright, looks pretty good. Alright, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that looks alright. Alright, so now we just save this guy as a JPEG again. This time we're going to call him Black Stencil 2. Alright, so we jump back over to our friend Silhouette. So for this one, we're going to use Michael's acetate. It's a nice big tough piece of plastic. The only thing is that it comes with kind of like a sheet protector, which I have no idea why, but I have forgotten to take it off quite a few times. Where is it going? I'm sure it'll turn up. just have to go in here. All right. Mm-hmm. This one. Hmm. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. I hate that Silhouette doesn't let you like hit enter. Stuff like that, you know. So that'll just take a sec, you know. I feel like I'm forever printing things during our programs. My kids' friends are calling all the time. That's actually my son's. Crying out loud, man. This is just air to help dry it up a little. Hit the tips of his hair, even though the tips of his hair aren't gonna be green. Tips of his hair will be black. Alright, well, we got a little bit of paint in here. Mix it in this. Alright. Got water in here. Okay. Get a little green out. Make sure we don't have any green in there, or as little as possible. So the next stencil we're going to use is our red one. Right. Next color we want to mess around with is going to be a red, infrared, fire red. Let's go with fire red. Again, it's all the words for me. It's, oh man, I do not need these foolish applicators. Actually, I don't really need a lot. That's probably more than I'm going to need right there. Maybe a little more because I do have to do those letters. All right. Oh, stars. My other little kids go. Man, that thing's taking a long time, huh? Where are you, old man? Sure it fell on the floor or something. What I had was one more stencil that was the character's whole head so that I could block it. That's this one. Oh, yeah, that's our other non-functioning stencil. Right. So this guy is going to help us limit, God willing, all of our overspray. Even though I'm going to be really careful with red. I only have a few things to do. Oh, actually, I can't do that. Where's the other? Oh, it's right here. Apparently still a little bit sticky. Red in here. This is what wobbling looks like. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, I think we got everything masked out as much as we need to. We just gotta check on the paint to see if it's red or green. Oh, that's red. Take this one away. I don't know if this is any better for you guys, but sec. our stencil off. See what that looks like. Hey guys. So we got to pull the stencil. Looks a little crazy, but I'm hoping we got it where we need it to be this time. Did a box around here, right? Good rule is to not ever really pull the stencils because they don't tear, they stretch. And, you know, that's not cool. Alright, this one's got some little pieces in it. But it looks like it's going to do the job for us. So that'll be cool. I wish I had my glasses. Just one sec, you guys. Well, couldn't find them. So we're just going to pop this stencil out real quick. It was a double cut, so it's going to drop out pretty easy. Just ordered some new silhouette mats that'll hopefully make this job a little better too. As the mats start to lose their stickiness, this awesome benefit they represent goes away. Definitely a little hard to see. Told myself I would stop buying clear acetate, and I'm still doing it. Almost there. I think we got all but 2 letters. Screwed up taking it out, or if I just forgot. Yep, forgot. text, but almost. You guys know who Big Daddy Roth is? I mentioned him earlier. I believe, I don't think he drew this image, but I think this was one popularized by him. He was, the first time I ever heard of Big Daddy Roth, he was a hot rod customizer. He was building concept cars. Whoops. Probably my favorite one was this one with a coffin on it. But he really designed quite a few really interesting cars. I used to occasionally see them on Saturday morning cartoons. And he did car shows, and unlike, well, I don't know a lot of folks from car shows, but apparently he was a standout in being a showman. He'd come in and he'd bring stuff interactive stuff. In fact, he invented the Monster T-shirt, custom painted T-shirts, and he would stand up there and airbrush those things live, no pressure. You know what I mean? Well, oh. Alright, that's all our text. Just got a few little pieces around his face here. I have this tool I always use. It's a piece of wood with a sort of a nail in the end or a needle in the end. And it broke on me after, I don't even know, I've probably been using it for 5 years. It dared to fail. Be our first big piece of actual character. This is the first piece of his hair. That was a good one. It came right out. We got another little section of hair over here. If that one comes out as easy. Doesn't look good so far. Oh, there we go. I can actually see now. It's doing it like in a cave. A little piece popped out that I didn't want to pop out, but that's alright. Can always fix it. Oh, getting confused. Then you take out the wrong stuff. Around the tooth. This was pretty much going to be the biggest piece. This is the whole inside of his mouth. Looks like there was a couple that I blew it on. What's the matter, buddy?
Are you still on screen?
Yeah. But you can hit the pause button if you want us the blue microphone. Sorry, you guys, we're getting back to work right now. My boy Mac needs some help. So we're here to help him. All right, so we're going to run a little bit over because of that break. Hopefully we can get the rest of this stencil out. Looks like we got all of his hair. Oh, there's a good single piece, maybe. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, there you go. Teeth in there. Big piece of mouth is going to come out. All the teeth have to stay. A couple big ones coming out. I missed a tooth or two here. Oh yeah, that's a really good size piece right there. That was like his whole mouth. That was really good. Alright, got just a couple left. Figure out a way to get some of these teeth to sit down. But next time I want to make the supports for things like teeth a little bit bigger. There. This piece is out, but he keeps jumping back in. more small ones. Alright. I doubt you guys can see that because I could barely see it. But we're getting there. Just a couple left, pretty much. Some of them are going to be a little bit hard just because they're in close to his teeth. Looks like this one's actually going to come out pretty good as far as being able to make all of this information into a pretty straightforward stencil. What I'm worried about is these teeth. Get over there. All right. Looks pretty good. The hard part is going to be able to make it flat and work. Since that's always one of the bumps in the road. It's having the stencil totally function as a stencil. This one's going to be as hard as any that I've ever done. But that doesn't say a ton. Because stenciling is usually not wicked difficult. In fact, I basically do it because it's kind of easy. And it's fun, you know. Alright, we'll go a few more minutes, you guys. Alright, we're going to give it a shot. Jump over to our other camera. Oops. Gator ever. Alright. So what do we have to do next? We have to go in and pull our red out. There's one more. This is a clean out container. We're just going to use the switch from the red, of which there isn't any left in there. Red is a seriously inconvenient color because it really holds on, you know? Like it takes a little bit to get red totally out. From multiple rinsing out to wiping the lid to like everything you can touch, because red is high pigment load and a powerful color. So even if it looks like there's nothing, still a little pink in there. Alright. Alright, so we can move our red over here and see the colors that we use. I guess we use a little of that Grinch green too. And here is our next stencil. Alright, so what we need to do here is we need to remove this front stencil and leave on the back ones. Okay. Oh, I need to pull a little more than that. There is some stuff we still want to do, like cover the stars. And open up these letters up here. Right. Again, take a little piece. Oh. All right. Misplace my razor. And this job would be a little easier with it. Alright, we keep our stars covered. Make sure all of our letters are out. Oh. Right. Hmm. Hmm. I think. Hmm. Well, you guys, maybe we could do about 5 more minutes because it is getting kind of late and I got other things I need to do. That's all the time I got. So now we can isolate the letters for later. All right. All right. Now this one's going to be a little bit challenging because of those teeth sticking up. I have to find out what to do about those guys. So this time is not a huge big deal as far as other colors because we're using black and black is all colors. We don't need a lot though. There we go. All right. All right. Okay. And the airbrush. Oh. All right, let's see what we can do here. Definitely the first part, most important part, is going to be inside of his mouth. Alright, so now we're going to pull this front stencil off that we just used here. Oh, I love that. That's really funny and cool. do. Not that much. There. Okay. this one. All right. Whoa, 238 in a row. My hands are numb. All right, let's take off our interiors. Ah, why'd you stick to that, dude? I'm talking so. Oh, that's extremely annoying. Ah! Oh, somehow I missed an A. Oh, that's funny. I still forgot to pop it. Oh, that's really funny. Didn't notice that space at all. That looks sloppy as heck. Okay. I'm going to continue working on this, guys, but it looks like we are out of time. We did 246 minus the 10 or 15 minutes I was talking to Mac. So thank you, guys. I appreciate it. We had a good time today, I think. Oops. Looks like our overhead camera died on us anyways. I'm glad we're using that side camera. That's what it's looking like. It's seriously getting there. Just got to touch up a few pieces and repair this yellow. But we're totally getting there. So like I said, thanks so much, guys, for being a part of the project. Today is Tuesday. So tomorrow I'll be on Facebook. So if you